I didn't schedule it, so it's been a rough few days. Oh, Miss Justice is here. Hello. How are you? Yes, I've been missing in action. I think it's the longest I've been away. Hi, Grimmy. Hi, Twiggy. Hi, Proud Aussie Nan. How are you guys? Hi, Gymnastics 101. It's been really crappy here. Hubby's got COVID. I think I have too. I just don't want to waste another test. Just like we tested him Wednesday night, our time, and he was negative. But after we tested him, he then sort of went downhill and felt really yuck and stuff. So we waited till yesterday lunchtime and tested him, and he's positive. And today I've woke up and feel really, really yuck. But I'm not going to test just yet. I might wait till tonight and do it. But yeah, if this is as sick as he's going to get, it'll be okay. It's just the not knowing, isn't it? Hi, Katie, Kitty. Hi, Denise. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better, Katie. Hi, Carrie Bishop. How are you? Yeah, he's definitely, you can tell he's not good. But you've just got to go with it, don't you? There's not a lot. So I've just been trying to make sure he's drinking heaps of water, and he's lying down a bit. So that's probably the best thing you can do, isn't it? You know, if you can sleep through it, then. But you know what men are like? As soon as it went positive, I thought, oh my God, we're locked up together for 7 days. He is going to drive me crazy. Like, you know, but he's coping with it he's coping with it pretty good so far. But he will get bored, like really. Once he's not like sick where he wants to lie down and stuff, but wants to leave the house and do stuff, that's when he's going to get annoying. Because he hates it. He can't sit still. Poor thing. You got behind, Miss Justice. So yesterday I was coming live, and then I thought it'd look a bit neglectful and uncaring of me if I said, okay, you're good, I'm going to go do a live. Like, no. Denise Stagg. No, so Sharon, I had it in December and had Moderna vaccine January, February. I lost like 2 to 3 weeks just out of it. Yeah, well, that's how I'm feeling today. I feel like I'm awake, but I'm not, if that makes sense. And I just feel heavy, really heavy, and it's a weird feeling so far. I was in the hospital the first time with it, but this time it didn't get out of hand. Oh, that's good, Grammy. I just, you know, with my immune system, it's just so bad. Just trying not to go there and think. The funny thing is, we had our booster shots Tuesday morning. Hi, Brandy. How are you? Like, you can hear it in my voice now too. It's starting to go a bit weird. Like, I know my voice is always weird, but it sort of feels scratchy than normal. I know. I love you coming into my lives, Brandy. Everyone's going to go live at the same time, though. I know that will happen. 1,500, Miss Justice says, take 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C with a full stomach will lessen the effects and the duration. Oh, thanks for that, Miss Justice. And I must say, girls, like, I cannot praise my youngest daughter enough. She is the most caring, thoughtful little human being. I'm so proud of her. Today, we woke up, you know, did home stuff, and she sneaks over and she's gone to the bakery and bought us all cupcakes and meat pies and left them on the doorstep for us. Like, how sweet is she? Like, that's my girl. I did something right in the world, you know? Hi, True Crime Commentary. How are you? I'm so glad to have you in here. She's my little adopted daughter. I just love her to pieces. You know, it doesn't matter if you're 56 years old. And I say this all the time about my son. Like, he's 30. Oh, here we go again. He's 32, but he'll be turning 33 this year. And he's the most level-headed, mature, sensible, rational. He reminds me of a male version of Penny, to be honest, because it takes him a fair bit to get irritated, you know, because he is that logical, and he thinks things through before he opens his mouth, and he's just a really, really good person. And a lot of things, as my friendship with Penny's grown, remind me of my son, and I have total respect for her in every way. And I just love being a part of a world in my world with Penny and all of you in it. But I do, hubby, he's yeah, not good, but like not at a point where we need to go to the hospital or anything like that. He's just lying down and reading the paper and, you know, trying to be tough like men do. But he'll be fine, I'm sure. But I will get some vitamin C delivered. Was there another one like elderberry or something, some other vitamin? I really should have paid attention. But yeah, his head's all a mess and he feels dizzy, but I keep taking his blood pressure and pulse and everything, and his vitals are all good. It's just crappy, isn't it? Hot showers were biggest non-medical help. Oh, well, that's good to know as well, Denise. Thank you. Chasing may have advice for you. Her husband was hospitalised. Yeah, I know. I followed all that through with Chasing. She was petrified. And how sick did her hubby get? Like, but I don't think he had. Well, that's the thing with these rapid tests. You don't know what strain you have. But I think they had Delta, didn't they? I don't think they had Omicron. Oh, Penny, you should feel special because you are special. And so is Brandy and Grammy. Like, you are all special. And like, it's so cliche. You hear creators saying, oh, I just love you all. But so many of them, it's just words. It is, truly, it's just words. But I'm not about just words. And whoever's in here would know that. I'm pretty genuine. I don't know if you have ever heard, Grammy says, ever heard of this before, but put Vix, yes. I thought that was just an Aussie thing, Grammy. I have heard of that, and I actually tried it on my kids when they were little too. I don't know if it actually did anything. I would like to see a study done on it to see whether it does actually help or not. Hubby used to get a spoonful and eat it, and how on earth he did that, I do not know. Yes, Brandy is very special to me too. So yeah, that's why I've sort of been away and concentrating. The biggest hurdle has been trying to get kits, like test kits. Different cases too. Yes, Penny, I've only watched half of your live from this morning, but I have to go back and watch the other half because I got up at like 5:45 and felt like crap, so I took some tablets and went back to bed and didn't wake up till 11 a.m. Oh dear. But I was listening to it before I fell back to sleep. Our little group is solid and it's real, and I love it. I really, really do. You guys are just part of my life now. And yesterday I didn't have a good day, as in there are days, I'm sure you all do it at some point or another, where you just think, this is just not okay. The way these people behave and treat each other and just in it for a fight every single day, I'm just over it. I can't, you know, do I think I'm making a difference to Summer's case or any other case I talk about? I really, really do not. But I couldn't just not be here for everyone either, because it's the connections we make with each other that make our channel. And I missed you guys so much. Like, but some days you just think this is too much. It really is. I haven't watched Libby's yet. Is Libby here? Where are you, Libby? You guys drop your links too, please, because I forget to say it. If Libby's here and I haven't seen her, hello, Libby. I haven't watched hers with Crash yet either. Well, that's what happens when you wake up at 11 a.m. and it's now only 2 p.m. I've got a lot of catching up to do when I get off. Oh, thanks, Penny. I do stand up for my friends. What's going on right now is cruel. It's horrible. They're singling people out because it's back to schoolyard semantics. I'm not your friend anymore because I've seen you over there with Benny, and you know I hate Benny. So you're done. Now I'm going to go live and I'm going to be so nasty to you. Like, grow the fuck up. Chris. Oh, did you start a channel, Chris? Oh, I know, Chris. I did catch a little bit of that before my ed. Oh, had it. So right at this minute, or just before I come live, Laura's live and Molly's live, and they're both bitching about each other, calling each other liars, and I think Molly's done with heels on the ground. If Molly knows what's right for her, she needs to get out of that situation like yesterday. Just my opinion. There she is. There's our little Libby. How are you, Lib? Oh, sorry, I've got the burps. Susan Matthews, hello. Tracy. Oh my gosh. I don't have to hear them anymore and watch them hurting people. But they won't stop, Chris. They'll keep going even without Molly. And like they served Molly's purpose as well. Don't be blinded to that. She knows exactly what she's doing. What's pure crap, Grammy? A.F. Pennington deleted all her summer videos. Well, that's really sad if she has, because, but I suppose when you're getting totally bashed, oh my God. See what I mean, guys? By A.F. Pennington taking down her summer videos, that's more awareness that's now been taken down. But they think it's okay to keep going with their false accusations. And yeah, Grey May, I agree. And if you listen to her voice in that video and you hear, I talked about this the other day, some people can get on there and fake that they got leukemia and they got this and they got that. But if you listen to A.F. Pennington's little live and hear the whistle in her respiratory system and the wheeze while the poor girl's trying to talk and breathe at the same time, no. I'm not saying I'm Miss Innocent. I once enjoyed being a member to dozens of content creators. I feel I'm always fair being a mod. I don't know my best being respectful. Brandy, you are always respectful in any chat I have ever seen you in. And even, I've never seen you get really, even defensive. Like, you can say what you think and it doesn't have to be an attack. Yeah, they're just, I'm really sort of not shocked by a few of them. But disappointed in a specific couple. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how do you say what you want to say without sounding like them? You know? I didn't know who was doing this. Jay only said about her changing up Summer's pic. She didn't say anything bad. Jay needs to go and watch a bit of her new besties. Okay, so Jay did nothing butt bash. I'm not sticking up for Benny as in he's the best thing since sliced bread. As people know me, know I'm good with everybody until I'm not. Until they prove to me that they're nothing but a big shit, basically. But she trashed someone named Benny Keys the other day for the way he speaks to women. Okay? Which is, Benny is Benny. But at the same time, she's got someone who, I can't talk properly. She's got someone on panel that calls women the C word. Really? Really? Come on now. Is that okay? Because it makes you look like the biggest numbnut of all. And you're a hypocrite. Jay, go back and watch some of the lives from just after when the marathon finished. Do it. Go back and see the way his chat were treated. And I've been fair to this guy. Completely fair. Supported him all the way through. But now I'm just pissed. Really, really pissed and disappointed. I don't care, and I've said this over and over, I don't care if I lose every sub I've got, but I'm still going to come on here and say what I think. And I don't care if people don't like it and they unsub. See ya. I will keep it real. Hypocrites. Katie Kitty says, AF story is horrible. I feel so bad for her horrible health and how that happened to her. Yeah. But when they're sitting behind their little keyboards, and I'm no different, I'm sitting here behind a keyboard too, but I've never purposely just come on live to trash someone for no reason. Yeah, I bet he has. I bet you any money he has, Penny. It's too bad I already have them. That's tomorrow's agenda. Let Jay see what you've got then. Let's see what Jay thinks of the way women are treated then. We might even do a poll. Who tears women down the worst? And the women don't seem to give two shits. The women's, still one over there. Oh, your voice, Scott. Your voice is just like butter. Penny never come for you, Scott. She never said one fucking word about you. Not one. You were the one who severed the friendship for whatever your reasons are. And what you've done is cruel. It's what we call in Australia, it's called a dog act. You're nothing but a little bitch. No, I'm done. You guys go over there and suck up to Ziggy and Jay and whoever else you think's going to get you more subs, because that's all it's about. I thought you were real and decent, but you're not. You're a little bitch. And what cracks me up is you try to think you're so knowledgeable and, you might be knowledgeable to the locals, and geographically. But you can sit there and suck up to Ziggy's subs day after day, and you think she's got a brain in her head. That makes you look just as bad. You defend what she did with that dog. You defended. I don't give two fucks. Let's just put this straight out here. I don't care that she got a dog off the Welses. I care that it was too young. Absolutely. Was she prepared when she took that puppy? Did she already have supplies in the car to tend to that puppy? Right? If you take the well-being of the puppy out of this equation, Ziggy, I'm asking you to put up the live from when you got the puppy. If you've got nothing to hide and you did not lie, put that live back up, because you've got it twisted. So you leave the live up showing the bones, but 24 hours later, you take down the live where you've been sprung outright lying. And do not fucking come at me and say you did not lie, because you fucking did. People were saying we can hear a puppy, not a fucking dog. A dog is an adult, bigger dog who has the capability of barking. That's not what the chat was saying. The chat was saying we can hear a puppy whimpering. Do you not see the difference? A 4-week or 3-week or 5-week-old puppy doesn't have the ability yet to sound like an older dog. They whimper and cry, just like we could hear in your live. And what did you say? Oh, guys, there's no puppy here. Why does everyone think there's a puppy here? You're a fucking liar, so own it. That's why you went outside, so no one could hear it. And then tried, I'm gonna have to stop this live because the Wi-Fi is so bad. Another fucking lie, because you were outside on your phone, so no one could hear the puppy. But let's sit here and lie and carry on like a 10-year-old in front of 1,000 people. And that's okay, because tomorrow I'm going to go on a channel that's only got 300 subscribers, and I'm going to let the cat out of the bag over there so all my subs don't find out about it on my channel. And there's proof of it on my channel that I was nothing but a liar. Really. But I'm the one who's always talking shit about her, because I call her out on her bullshit. That is not someone I need to be sub to or pay any attention to ever. And eventually people will start seeing. I don't care. I really do not care whether I lose another 100 subs. I've got a little bit of integrity about myself. So you and Scott have a nice little life together, because I'm done with both of yous. No, Grammy, I didn't, until he ditched some of our day one supporters for no reason. I was sub to him till just earlier this week. I would still listen and participate in his chat. I give everyone a fair go until, honestly, and yeah, I was exactly the same, Penny. Didn't BK stab a dog? Yes, he did. Has that got anything to do with me? Nope. in his mind, was he protecting his family's animals and his mum? I've been in a situation where and it's a weird breed that it happened with too, because normally they're not aggressive, but we had 2 greyhound dogs that lived across the road, and aren't they the most beautiful placid dogs ever? But for some reason they didn't like this is years ago when my kids were really little, like Shelby was only about 4, I think. They come charging over from across the road into our backyard and started attacking my little white fluffy one. And the only thing I could reach at the time was a broom that was beside the back door, and I've laid into them with the broom, and then they went for me. And you don't think in that moment. It's all happening so fast. Your adrenaline of fear pops in. You don't know what you're doing. It just happens. So I'm pretty sure if he had his time over, he probably wouldn't have run into the kitchen and picked up a knife. You know what I mean? It's just one of them crazy things that happen when you're frightened. And Ziggy doesn't like you, Chris. She doesn't like me either right now, but I don't care. I honestly do not. She calls me a troll because I stick up for what I believe in. Every time I see her on a panel, I comment to throw my name in her face. Oh. No, honestly, she's not. For a 40-year-old, she needs, I don't know. Does she have people in her real life? Like, that's what I can't work her out. I'm so proud that you stayed your own course. You are fine just the way you are. Yes, she is fine just the way she is. None of us, like, there's going to be things that I say that Penny's going to think, oh, shut the fuck up, Sharon. You don't even know what you're talking about right now. Or whatever. Not every single one of us is going to agree with absolutely everything another creator says. Hi, Preach Queen. How are you? Hi, Six Up Media. I think someone lied to J. Marie, or she is just blind like I am, because she was stating all non-facts. About what, Six Up Media? Oh my God, yes. We're going to talk about that in a minute, Preach Queen. In our local area, like 2 hours from where I live in New South Wales, a baby, 3-month-old baby boy was discovered wrapped in plastic in a family freezer yesterday. It was just blows your mind. But what got me, and even we were having dinner and watching the news last night, and Miss Layla, who's 12, nearly flew off the lounge because we're watching the news, the 3 of us together, and it said that a 40-year-old woman was taken into custody and then released. And I was like, what? I just sat there like, couldn't talk. And Layla's like, jumped off the lounge and said, how can they just let her go, Nan? And I said, I really don't know. But surely, like, trying to give her a little bit of faith in the justice system, I tried to explain to her that they'll have to do some tests on the baby to find out how it passed away and that sort of stuff. But how hard is it to try and explain to a 12-year-old the process of what has to happen without saying too much. I just said tests. Like, I'm not going to go into what autopsies are and all that sort of thing with a 12-year-old. But yeah, she was like, she should be in jail still. Like, nothing. But yeah, that was just insane. Miss Justice says, I might be asking more questions than usual because I've decided not to watch all these YouTubers. Limit it to 5, so I come here to find out what's going on. Oh, this is just my perception of what I go through, Miss Justice, with people that I've obviously been with, supported for months and months and months. And it just seems to be dropping like flies lately, like people showing what their true purpose here on YouTube is. Six Up wants a link. Okie dokie. No, J. Marie was just live for over an hour talking shit about me. All untrue, of course. Then she deleted it. But I have it also. I'll be live at midnight to respond. J. Marie. Oh, yeah, she's a big Ziggy girl, that one. She's always in her chats. Oh, that's awesome, Preach Queen. You're an Aussie true crime lover. Yeah, that's fine. You can come up. Six Up Media. I was in your live the other day when you were talking about her not being able to have them in, like her landlord said no to. When you were.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Yeah.
Is it even nighttime over there right now?
No, it's only 2:30 p.m.
I figured as so. When I said that, I was like, "Ooh, it's probably not nighttime."
Yeah.
Thank you for coming over to my new little, I guess you would call it drama channel right now. By the way.
Oh, anytime.
I mean, everybody has seen me around in Ziggy's chat. Of course,
Yeah.
I was a mod, and I mean, when she had me as a mod, which she said she changed mods every night, right? But she really didn't. Let's just keep it real. It took me a while to see the light. It was over a few weeks, you know.
Yeah.
Took me a while to kind of, but the bones thing wasn't even really the breaking point for me. It was that was the beginning of it. Actually, let me go back a little bit. The real beginning of it is a couple weeks ago, I texted her and I said, do you think that Summer will ever be found? Do you think that this baby will ever have justice? Or do you think that the people that did something to her are just going to get away with it? And she never responded to me, guys. Not once. And she responded to every single other text. After that, I was kind of like, okay, oh, I thought you were about Summer. Then when the whole puppy thing happened, she did lie. She not only lied on her live, she lied to me in text. And she knew that I was defending her to other creators. And instead of telling me, oh, no, don't do that, girl. You know, I actually am going to get a puppy, or I have a puppy, or whatever. She said she even thanked me for doing it. I mean, come on, man. So I decided that, you know, my channel is just, I had like 3 videos. I audit the police a few times. I'm an amateur photographer. I've never really used my channel, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video just because I want to vent. And I want, if 1 or 2 people can hear this and know the truth, what better than to hear it from somebody that has actually been there from the very beginning. I gave her her first $1. Yeah. Her first $1, I gave it to her.
Wow.
So I wanted to come out and speak truth. Okay. YouTube doesn't have a lot of that around anymore. And Summer is getting lost.
Yeah.
She's gone. Now, I was a mod. Jay Marie started her channel and she started doing streams, and Ziggy was trying to get her subs, and she's been trying to come up, and she modded me. I never asked her, never once, and never spoke to her outside of Ziggy's chat, not once. I emailed her and I told her thank you for trusting me with that. And that was it. I go in there last night when Ziggy was on there with her, and I seen that I was still a mod. And I was like, well, that's crazy, because you would think Ziggy would be like, hey, Six Up Media is against us. You know what I mean? That's what I would, I'd be like, get rid of that girl. But I was still a mod. But I was in there for all of 4 or 5 minutes, and I was seeing all of the comments being deleted that were against Ziggy. There was a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I never said I deleted comments, nor did I or would I. I'm a huge First Amendment girl. That's why I filmed the police. And so Jay Marie goes live tonight, and in the title of her live is my name. I pop in there. Of course, I had already unsubbed from her 2 days before, but I was ripped and my wrench was gone, which is cool. And I'm only in there for 60 seconds. And within that 60 seconds, I hear, well, I guess that she was in here deleting comments last night. And yeah, she's just jealous. She was trying to get subs. First of all, I never deleted a comment. If I did, prove it.
Yeah.
Because you can. Never happened. And I never said that I did. Never once. I said that I was viewing the comments that were being deleted.
Yeah.
And everybody that has been over to my channel and seen my 2 little videos I have up, all they are me venting against being fleeced by Ziggy. That's what I feel like. I feel like I was fleeced by her. I don't feel like we were friends. And why Jay Marie thinks that me and her were friends is beyond me. We are sitting behind a computer screen. We know each other. We see each other around, but let's be real. We have friends and family in real life. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that there's the thing. I talked about this, and I'm not trying to yell or be really excited, but I don't want the lies to get out there and just be, there's no way I would have made a video. Somebody was going to say she's in here deleting comments. If that's so, then how come she took her live down immediately after it was over? Yeah. She took it down. As soon as I made that I'm going live at midnight in response to her video, I didn't listen to anything else, because I put on I will do a reaction video. Whoever comes in, if it's 3 people, we will sit here and watch it together, and I'll react with you, because I know it's going to be bullshit. It should be a good time. And she deleted it. But because I had already clicked on it, in the background, you'll hear my phone's going, because I'm screen recording it in the other room. I'm not even watching it because I really want to get it raw.
Yeah.
I really do. But I can hear little tidbits in there. It's all about me being jealous. Everybody that goes against them is jealous, guys. Everybody.
Yeah, but anybody, I've noticed with Ziggy the last, especially since she's hit the 10,000 subs, she refers to anyone who's got less than 10,000 as those smaller channels. Like it's identical to what Tiffany Marie says about those channels. And it's like, girl, what you don't even realize is 50% of the subs you have are only here to watch you collide with a train.
That's true. It's kind of like the people that watch Molly Go Lightly, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like watching a train wreck. You don't want to look, but you have to.
Exactly.
But I want to expose it. I want to, because, and then I heard somebody say, and how dare me put at the bottom of my live the TBI number? How about the rest of you start doing that?
Yeah.
Because every live I go into, There's no TBI. We can barely get you guys to put up Amber Alerts.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's another thing. That's another thing she says. I've been in her chat where an Amber Alert has gone out while she is live.
Multiple times.
Right? And she has just like blew it off like, oh, guys, people go missing all the time.
That's exactly what she said. And I quote, she said, people go missing all the time, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, there's been so many things because most people know I had an issue with her a few months ago. But
I never did though. That like I really didn't. I had little things because she was really immature, but everybody goes there at night, right? Everybody goes over there.
Well,
so that's
Australian time. She's the only one that's sort of still going.
Right.
Well, now Prayer Garden does, but I can't do Prayer Garden.
But if I wanted to build my channel and get subs, don't you think when I was sitting over there as a mod for 3 months, almost every night, I would be sharing my link?
Yeah, exactly.
Not once did it ever happen. I never even mentioned it. Never.
Yeah.
I think that kind of thing, and the whole thing with them going live last night together, Jay Marie was trying to get to that 1,000-point mark. And
I didn't know that Ziggy was even over there because I'm not subbed to Jay Marie, so I have no clue.
I mean, and Ziggy's been hiding, right? She's not been live on her channel.
Yeah.
Why is she not
secretly hoping that because she hadn't been on her channel for 2 nights, I was secretly hoping that she'd made a trip back to Tennessee and took the puppy home.
No, she said on Jay Marie's channel that she will apologize for the bone thing, but she will not apologize for taking that dog. But that's okay. You keep holding that little baby up like it's a fucking trophy. Sorry, I don't know if you cuss over here, but you keep holding that baby up like that, and we all are seeing it. That's okay, because anybody that's come over and been over on my channel or commented, I've gotten maybe 1 or 2 out of hundreds of comments that have been in support of me. There has been very little people that have been, like, why are you doing, been against me? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that I went from like 3 subs to almost 200 subs in 24 hours? Because people want to know the truth. They want to hear the facts, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think. And I feel like a hypocrite. I feel ashamed. I feel
no, don't. You can't. But I think everyone is feeling, and that's how I felt yesterday. Like, what's the point in going live? Like, am I any different? You start analyzing your own thoughts and where you're at mentally, because these people are just making you insane, like make you feel like you're insane, and that if I go live, I'm going to sound no better than they are. Right. It's hypocritical to me that, I feel bad, but at the same time, you still want to get out what you have to say.
I just want, I want everybody to know that I didn't do the videos for anybody else. Let's just be clear. I did them for me. And if anybody says any different, they're lying to you. I did them because I had it inside. I don't see my therapist till next month. YouTube is a very big part of my life. This woman knew that, and she let me take it from another creator that said it best today. They take your weaknesses and they exploit them.
Yeah, exactly.
They do.
Exactly. And they have people like Ziggy and Molly have no respect for their subs at all. I'm sorry, but they don't appreciate anybody, really.
No, and then the only comeback she had to me, and the fact that she even would come back to me, because if I almost had that many subs and I had somebody that had a few, I wouldn't even respond to you. Yeah. Okay. Because then I would be giving you content, right? giving you what you want. Okay. I never heard her say it, but I believe it. Then somebody sent me a clip of it. Her saying that I begged her to take me with her to Tennessee.
Oh my God.
Let's just be clear, guys. J. Marie has a problem with the fact that I record all my phone calls and I keep texts for a time.
But you explained why you have to do that too.
I do
Not
it.
that you have to justify why.
Yes, please listen, guys. My mother was a victim of real crime. The man got out of prison. He's looking for my mother. And we are very fearful that one day he will find us. And he is the kind of guy that will call you, show up at your home or whatever. So I record every phone call, and every 3 months, my phone deletes them by itself.
Yeah.
I did not record the phone call to hold against Ziggy. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If that were true, then I would play the phone call. I didn't even play it.
But she even contradicts herself with that, because remember weeks ago when she was like, why does Tiffany Marie record every phone call and this and that? And I hope she hasn't recorded me.
Oh,
but
yeah.
who's doing it also now?
Well, I'll tell you what, if I played the phone call of the night, she called me at 2:30 on Thursday before she was leaving. She did call me. Now, I have never called her phone. If I have, I would love for her to show that, because it never happened. She always called me. She called me when she was leaving. And another thing I want to be clear about, if I was begging to go with her, then so were 1,000 other people that were in the chat that night, the night before, when she was talking about going. If everybody remembers, she's like, maybe I should go.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, take me, take me, take me. I jokingly text her that. That does not equate to begging you. First of all, I've never begged anybody in my whole life. I have way too much pride for that. I'm keeping it real with you. I'm not going to beg some creator to pick me up and take me to a place that, let's be clear again, is a dangerous place. It is. I've been there. It's riddled with drugs and felons and people that are suffering and have no money. It's a very, very dangerous place to be with your 13-year-old sheltered daughter at night.
Yeah.
So her saying, and then she talks like Mr. Hill is her friend now. Well, if he is your friend, then how come he isn't talking to you?
Yeah.
You're telling other creators, Scott H., go talk to him. I think you should go talk to him. That's what she was saying last night she was on J. Marie saying it. But yeah, somebody definitely needs to go over there. Just tell them that your friend was just down there. Your friend? You're not his friend.
Yeah.
That man knew that those bones were deer bones, and he took you to him, and you fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. But the way she talked about Fred, like, he's a really nice man. Like,
I showed that last night.
To us, and I'm just sitting there thinking,
he stabbed somebody in the neck, right?
Short of a Happy Meal. Like, he's really nice. Yeah, he's a really nice man, guys. At the same time, okay, the day she was live playing the bones photos and everything, right? We had one of my subs come in. Her name's Cold Case. She's not here heaps, but she does come in every now and again when she can. And she said, Sharon, Ziggy's on a live, and she's got an interview with this guy called Fred Hill, and he has shot a bloke in the neck. She said, Google it. So while Ziggy's live playing her video about this nice guy, who's really nice, guys, I'm on a live on Google showing the charges of this guy and how the daughter of the victim had to drive him to hospital because, like, he's bleeding out. But she's over there But
Right.
he's a really nice man. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, dear Lord.
I'm sure he's really friendly. When you're on amphetamine, it makes you like really, really talkative, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh man. Yeah, it's just it to me, I kind of laugh at it, but then I get angry because I think about the people that are still sending her money and
yeah.
that's when I get mad. That's when I'm like, okay,
Like, that's everyone's individual choice,
it
isn't it?
is their choice. It is. But I wish somebody would have said to me, hey, Jen, like,
I've sent her
let's
money
talk
since
about it.
I sent her money. Remember when she come on that live and that's where my first kerfuffle happened. It was when she was really thick and buddy with Tiffany Marie and AB, and all of a sudden Ziggy had to leave her partner and she wanted
Mhm.
out. And she didn't come on a live and say, I need donations. She's very cunning the way
Mhm.
she can put into a conversation the poor little me act. And,
It's called
you
soft
know,
begging. It's called soft begging, Sharon.
yeah.
That's what it's called.
And
Really, it is.
I need 4,000 to move out, and I think I've got 3,000. And of course, the Snapchats start going, whatever you call them, super chats. And, you know, after a couple of hours of it, I started feeling sorry for her because I thought of myself in that situation when I was about 21. And I thought, yeah, it is a really shitty situation. So I sent her 50 Australian dollars. This is exactly how it happened. And I just wrote it was a PayPal, and I wrote in the little thing, I know it's not much because in US dollars, it goes down to like 34 something or other because of the
Right.
exchange. And I said, I know it's not a lot, but I hope it helps you and little Ziggy out. And I was genuinely, trying to help her. And anyway, I've gone back into her live chat and she kept going into PayPal and thanking this one, thanking that one. By this time, Tiffany Marie is in the chat. Okay. And
I remember I was there.
and I'd had words with Tiffany Marie prior with the way she'd been carrying on. So I thought Ziggy's not going to mention my name because she doesn't want to do it in front of Tiffany, right? Because she knows that Tiffany and I don't get along. So she didn't want to thank me because Tiffany's sitting there in her chat. So I kept asking in the chat, is my PayPal there? Did you get my PayPal, Ziggy? And it took ages. It was like an hour and a half before she even acknowledged it. And I was like, okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, the thing is, she doesn't have a backbone. That's when you just said tiptoe. My fiance, that was the thing. My fiance had a problem. He said she's like Tiffany Marie too much when he would walk in the room and other things, little comments he would say to me that I wasn't realizing. You don't realize it when you're in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
hindsight's 2020. But she
Yeah.
tiptoes a lot. Like if she'll be on the phone the night before she was leaving to go to Tennessee, and I'm talking about what a creature Molly Golightly is and how I cannot believe the way they're acting down there.
Mm-hmm.
She will say, "Oh, that definitely wasn't right for her to show up at that job." And I'm not affiliated with her, but she refused to just straight out say it's a disgusting thing that they're doing. You know,
Yeah.
she'll tiptoe around it because she doesn't want it to be thrown up. She doesn't
Yeah.
want these other, she keeps saying, I don't want war. I don't want war. Well, now, Ziggy, you don't have to
Well,
worry about war with other creators. You have to worry about war with the people that you've been taking money from and then attacking them. This is how me and her fell out. She attacked me on Tabby's live because I messaged her how pretty much screenshots of the community in an uproar over her, trying to have her back. And she had the nerve to say, I've told this person 1,000,000 times not to text me negative shit. No, you haven't. You have all your supporters text and email you shit because you don't watch anybody else.
yeah.
you
No.
wouldn't know it was going on. Like, I'm going to listen to what J. Marie had to say before I comment on what she said. I'm not going to believe somebody that says it.
Yeah.
If they come and I already have had 3 emails, I'm not going to believe those people. I'm going to go listen for myself. And she refuses to do that and then says, but it might hurt me. It also might wake you the fuck up.
No, I don't think that. I feel now
I know. I don't think it's going to happen, but
yeah, I don't think she has that capacity. And I'm being honest.
I am with you. I really am. And the thing is, when I get done with someone, like J. Marie was like, I guess she fell out with her, or they're not getting along right now. No, we're never going to get along again, because unlike some women, and when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
I'm exactly the same.
Why would you want
in real life and on YouTube? I am exactly the same person. So if you show me that you're a shit person and you're not genuine, then fuck the fuck off. I'm done.
All right.
And
that's literally the last text I sent to her. Fuck the fuck off. I told her she was a Molly Golightly Jr.
Yeah. Well, and she is a clone of Molly and Tiffany, because look, you've got to look at it like they're both leached onto her as her sub count rose. Okay. So they give, like that video that Molly did last week when she didn't realize she was on a live, and she's telling people when to turn the ads on in their videos and things like that.
Wait for it to go green is what she said.
Yeah. And you've got Molly and Tiffany over the last few months, like, do it this way, do that, giving her all the tips and tricks. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Right? So she's got all the dodgy skills now to play the game like they do. Yeah. But people won't see that. They don't understand. They just think she's sweet, innocent little,
For a long time, I didn't really realize how old she was either. I have to be honest.
Yeah, she's 42, isn't she?
I thought she was in her 30s. I don't know why I thought that. I just did. And then when I kind of realized she was exactly my age, I was like, okay, I'm stunted a lot by years of drug addiction and bad decisions and probably brain damage. And I don't act like that. So what is her reason? I always look to have the empathy side, with somebody, what happened to make you that way. But sometimes it's just that your parents dropped the ball and gave you everything you wanted, and you're just fucking entitled.
I've just got to tell, Sunny D wants to know who J. Marie is. Her channel's just called J. Marie, isn't it? 6 Up?
Yes, it's just like her name in the chat. It's J. Marie. She just started her channel.
And did you say that the live that Ziggy was on with her last night, she took down? Is that right?
No, she took down the live from tonight that she was talking about me. She went on for an hour, a whole hour, and talked. I still have it recorded in the bedroom. And it was like over an hour. And
so when is it midnight your time? Like in how many hours?
I'm about a little over an hour away. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to take my dog for a walk, and then maybe you guys can head over. I seen you subbed, and I wanted to come over and say hi. I've been subbed to you for a while. I always watch your stuff like after, because you usually go. We have different schedules.
Thank you.
But I love you. I've seen you around. People in the true crime community, we see each other.
Yeah, we do. And I get so excited, like I do all the time.
Yeah.
Say if I'm in Penny's chat or even Ziggy's chat, and you see the names over and over and over, and then when I see someone come into my chat, I get all excited like a super fan, like, I've seen and
I feel the same way. And that's
I try to always interact with my chat, and
well, I was afraid that I was going to lose that when I went, and I told her fuck off. I was like, oh God, now what am I going to do at night? I'm at home.
Yeah.
I'm bored out of my mind. I don't watch network TV.
No,
I have
man.
a lot of medical things. So what am I going to do? And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my own videos and I'm going to shoot shit with whoever comes in there.
Yeah.
Why not?
Good. Well,
Why not? But I definitely am not trying to grow off the back of anybody. I think that we all know who those people are.
Yeah.
And I think that anybody with a half a mind is going to figure it out. They really are. I hope they do. I really do.
Oh, well, there's, you know.
And I think
for the most part, I try to just do my own thing. And
that's what I emailed J. Marie. And I don't know if that's why she took it down, but I said, please, she talks about being about the facts all the time. If you are about the facts, please state facts. And then if you're not stating them, recognize it, acknowledge it, apologize, move on. It's that easy.
Well, I wasn't like even going to mention her name today, but I haven't gone to do my rebuttal yet, but I am.
Yeah.
I left a comment on Glitterazzi. Everybody go and sub up to Glitterazzi if you haven't, because she's amazing. Mm-hmm. She did a little video the other day and I left some comments about the puppy situation. So apparently I've heard, sorry, that Ziggy's gone over there and gone for me in them comments, and with hubby being sick and we're just, you know, sorting things out while we're in isolation, I haven't had time to go over there and give my opinion on comments.
Well, see, there's the thing. You're actually going to go and watch it, you know?
Yeah. But the way it works is I swear to God, she has like a tag team of people that watch, or whoever goes live, to go and see if they're talking about her so they can run back and tell her, so then she can come into the chat and blow it all up. You know, that's what she seems to be doing these days. Yeah. And I'm happy.
They're just saying that that everybody that goes against or pushes back against you is a hater or jealous.
Yeah, I'm not jealous, sweetheart.
Yeah, and it's not. It's going to happen if you're a creator, if you're stating your opinions, and you're doing things, and you're live for 8 hours a day. We kind of get a glimpse into what your life is about.
Yeah, so I'm pretty transparent with my personal life as well. Like I've come on and talked about struggles I have with my granddaughters and just life in general, you know, like.
I mean, that isn't that what you want though, when you go watch somebody, is to be able to be genuine and know that they're a real human being behind that screen?
Yeah, because that's how you support each other. And to me, that's what my channel's about as well. Like if you guys are struggling, like I had a lady, she's gorgeous, her name's Green Eyed Lady. And a few weeks ago, it was over Christmas, her little grandson got COVID and RSV, is it? That other respiratory?
It's RSV, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And he had both of them at the same time and was put in hospital.
Scary stuff. That is scary.
Yeah. So while the baby's in hospital, at 3 months old, she gets a call from another hospital saying her adult son had had a seizure and he had fell and he was taken to hospital, but then they had to transfer him to a bigger hospital because he had to have a craniotomy, you know. And I felt so honored that she reached out to me and said, oh my God, this is what's happening, Sharon. And by me replying to her and being there for her, I, honest to God, felt like I was helping her. And that's what I'm about.
That's what it's about. That's what I was about to say. Isn't that what it's about? Not the Cash Apps and the PayPals. Those have to help people. I know they do. Everybody's struggling, right? But when a real person, like people email you and say, hey, here's a hug or whatever.
Yeah. And that's what I want to be about, you know. And
me too. I'm glad that we found each other, and I hope I see
yeah,
you
me
around a lot
too.
more.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me on your panel.
no problem. I'll be over there at midnight.
All right. All right. I'll see you then, guys.
Thanks so much. Come up anytime.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, isn't she a sweetheart? How are you getting on with the freezing conditions? Yeah, because I had no plan to, that sort of evolved as the live went on. But I want to talk about as well little Charlise Mutten. I haven't seen any updates on the 3-month-old little baby that was found in the freezer in Albury yesterday as yet. But if I do, I'll put them on the community post. But it's a little bit weird that they just let her go straight away. I thought that was bizarre. Yeah, I do too, Chris. I think she did a great job. And she seems real to me and about the truth. And that's all I want from people in my life is truth, transparency. Don't try and play me. I do not forgive easily. Did you see my ear? And replying, can wait. With Bloodhound. Is that the email with the calf quilts? Because I replied just before I come live. If not, I'll have a look in a second. What the hell are you kidding? Who thinks to put their kid in the freezer? I know, Chris. I don't know any details. We really won't know anything until the autopsy's been done. And Layla was in the room before, so I didn't want to go too much into that. But I think once they do the autopsy and find out the cause and manner of death, then they really can't, I don't know. Surely at least there would be a charge for not reporting the baby's death and the way she's put him in the freezer. Maybe there's mental health issues also. I do not know. But yeah, it was just crazy. Really, really crazy. And I say it all the time lately, but when I started my channel, I used to say how we don't have many missing children or cases like you guys have overseas. But since I've had my channel going for 6 months, there's been little Cleo, thankfully that ended safe. Little AJ, that ended well with him being found. Now little Charlise, and then yesterday this little baby in the freezer. That's 4. We're lucky normally if maybe at most you might get 2 a year. This is 4 in 6 months. My daughter has COVID, but so far Elena's view. Yeah, my hubby's got it too, Elena's view. I'm going to test when I get off because my head's, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my head's getting all weird. What is gymnastics doing? That's a relief then. Our daughter got snowed in at work. She was doing PCR test afternoon shift and had to start. Oh, wow. Gymnastics. But what gets me, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll get this finished. Then I'll talk about them stupid ass tests. No, I'm only just starting to talk about little Charlise. Guys, it's really bad. I'll share the screen. Trying to find an update video one that doesn't need me to read 3 months worth of writing is the thing. So apparently they had, I'm just going to summarize, but the biggest thing to me right now that came out yesterday, like last night, our time, was the fact that her mother is pregnant with his baby. So she's going to have a baby to the guy who has murdered her daughter. And they haven't, they won't elaborate on mum's involvement or whether she knew about it. I think they're trying, well, I don't think they can confirm she knew about it. So Calista Mutten shared a whirlwind romance with her fiancé before he allegedly murdered her 9-year-old daughter as police wait to question the mother in hospital. Yeah, we know all that. He was denied bail. His name is Justin Stein, 31, charged with murdering the schoolgirl and denied bail yesterday after her body was found in a barrel in the scrub near the Colo River in Sydney's northwest. And this is about half an hour away from where my sister lives. She lives in that area, but in like a built-up brand new suburb. Police allege Miss Mutten, 31, also left Charlise in his care last Tuesday, and court documents show detectives allege Stein killed her in the following 15 hours. Detectives haven't had the opportunity. Yeah, we knew that. I think they have had the opportunity to speak to her now. So apparently they got engaged really quickly, within a year. She's a former ice addict and has served jail time. He also has been in jail. She got out of jail in 2019 after serving a 2-year jail term for dangerous driving causing death and driving under the influence of drugs. In November 2020, Miss Mutten showed her affection for Stein by commenting on a selfie photo he posted on Facebook. Yeah, I don't even want to say the comments that she left on his selfie post. She also shared a photo of the church where she planned to marry Stein, writing "cute church near his family home" next to a photo of the chapel. It was in that same month the pair announced their engagement. The mother is now under health care and has been difficult to approach and contact, the Commissioner David Hudson admitted during a media conference. I just want to show you, this is a little church where apparently they were going to get married near his family's estate. This is him. I don't want to give too much attention to him. This is her. That's him being taken Wednesday afternoon our time into the Surrey Hills. So Surrey Hills is like inner Sydney, the King's Cross district where he lives. This is his apartment block. I don't know which one he lives in, but it's, yeah, Red Cross, King's Cross area, which is full on red light zone, drugs, all the rest of it. So her little body, where's the photos of that? Hang on. There was a little video here and it showed the river. And it was actually a really good little video. Can I go back here? Hang on. We'll have a look at this one. A lot of the 9 News ones will not play for me up here. Here we go. I don't know why it does this on certain websites. It just doesn't want to play. Be nice to me. But I think they both must have current drug issues as well. I don't think it's going to play, guys. It's just stupid. I'll just wait a second because sometimes it does kick off. And sometimes it doesn't. This is really sad. Oh, it's a 9 News one again. Really? But they've started a memorial for her.
A community huddles in grief, struggling to comprehend the death of Charlise Mutten. School friends and teachers lay flowers, many seeking comfort in hugs, lighting candles to remember the little girl who loved drama club and butterflies.
Her bright smiling face and her beautiful nature shone as bright as her spirit is now.
Charlise lived in Coolangatta with her grandparents but was spending her school holidays in the Blue Mountains when she was allegedly killed by her mother's fiancé, Justin Stein, who was accused of dumping her body in a barrel on the side of the Colo River on the outskirts of Sydney.
Everyone in our school community is devastated and deeply distressed by this tragedy. Charlise was universally loved by everyone in this school. Her enthusiasm, positivity, and warm, genuine and bubbly personality made our school a much better place.
Happy World Teachers Day!
Police have yet to formally interview Charlise's mother, Callista, who's been in hospital since reporting her daughter missing last Friday. Police are investigating whether she left her daughter in Stein's care last Tuesday night. A neighbour told me all seemed fine when he had dinner with Charlise, her mother and Stein just a few days before she went missing. But police are still trying to figure out exactly how, when and why she was killed.
Charlise's smile, her zest for life, her enthusiasm for school, her friendliness, genuine kindness will be
It's just horrible. Another innocent child let down by the people supposed to be protecting her. Yeah, because she lived with her grandmother in Queensland. And can you imagine what the grandmother would be feeling right now? Like, it just, like it hit home for me on so many levels, especially with our 9-year-old granddaughter that has lived with us permanently for the last 7 years. Well, they both have. They came to live with us when they were 3 and 6, but Miss Georgia sort of come to a point now. She's got a little brother with, like, her dad and his wife have got a 3-year-old little boy. She wanted to go and live with them. So I get it. If something happened to her, you know what I mean? It's just breaks your heart. And I know she was only visiting her for the holidays, but just, yeah. I don't know, 10-9, that's what is being kept quiet. Like, why they just said it was a medical reason while she was in hospital. It didn't elaborate. And you see how there's just nothing today? It's all from yesterday. They sort of won't recap until about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this afternoon, when the afternoon news streams start. We'll see if this is going to play. I must have to update codecs or something. Has to defend. Oh, this is what really annoyed me.
Police found a barrel near the Colo River, and that barrel contains human remains.
Did you guys just notice that on the very end there? Oh, damn it. It said that Stein had asked the mother to get him 20 kilos of sand. So did she know about it? I think he was 10-9. Little Cleo's abductor, I think he was working alone, because they haven't said anything about anyone else being involved. Oh, for the, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So it started with my son. He got it first. And because him and hubby are together all day, every day, because they work together. We had our shots Tuesday morning. And I'm not joking, literally, while we're sitting in the office waiting to get our jab, our son's on the phone saying, I just tested positive. And yeah, it was just weird. And hubby tested positive yesterday. So I'm just giving it a bit longer before I waste a test. Because I don't know about you guys, but it's so hard to get tests right now. I know the grandparents' gymnastics just breaks my heart. And, you know, I can't stop thinking about Miss Nine over there. Oh, guess what? I've got to tell you, today in the mail, she posted us, I'll bring them up and show you guys tomorrow. She posted us all little cards and little keepsakes and everything for us that she's done over the last week or so. They arrived in the mail today, and I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. You need to put, yeah, I agree, Elena's view. But this is his mother. I was reading this just before I went live. The mother of the charged man. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. You know, most of you know I can't stay on track. The mother of the man charged with murdering his stepdaughter, Charlise Mutten, has defended her tortured son. What? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink or choose their partners. Enemy. Oh, that's a weird name. Enemy? And me? Stein, 56, said in the interview, Justin's had a pretty tortured life, really. So that justifies what he's done. This is the part of parents that I see over and over again where I want to punch them in the throat. Like, are you kidding me? He has just murdered a 9-year-old and you're giving him a pass. No. It would hurt anyone to have a child go through this. It doesn't matter who you are. It would hurt you because parents know their children, and you know, as I said, the mother is the one they need to talk to. So she's trying to say her son didn't do it, that Charlise's mother has done it. After a desperate 5-day search, police on Wednesday confirmed their worst fears for the missing child. And we don't know, do we, that she had nothing to do with it yet. So, you know, maybe mum's right for that, but don't give your son a pass either way. I'm sorry if you're... Guys, can someone make sense of that for me, please? He's lived a tortured life. I don't get that. You think mum had a mental breakdown? Yeah, they just said it was a medical episode and that they couldn't speak to her. But you could see her in the photo where just prior to them taking her in the ambulance, she was sitting on that chair, and maybe it is a mental health episode, I don't know. But this mother needs to pull her head in and own the fact that her son is absolutely involved. You do not, like, I've seen parents like this over and over and over again since my kids were little, where it starts in the playground, you know, where there'll be little bullies in the playground and pick at certain other kids. And you try to approach the parents and say, look, you know, I'm not saying my kid's an angel, because they're not, but can we both have a talk to our kids and see if we can get this sorted out? You know, take a little bit of ownership, sort of lessons the finger pointing type approach, you know. But they will not have it. Their kid didn't start it. They had nothing to do with it. They'll spin it around so them and their child is a victim, and it's all about you and your kid. Okay, so it'll start there. And then they go to high school. Same thing. They're the parents that are in the principal's office every second day of the week because their kid is being persecuted by teachers or other children or whatever. And their kid does no wrong. This is how it all starts. And this mother is one of them mothers, in my opinion. She's just found out that allegedly he has murdered a 9-year-old little girl, but again, she's dismissing it and saying he's had a tortured life. This little girl's not going to have a life. These parents, to me, should never have been able to have children. What a nutcase. The mother of the man behind bars on remand, charged with murder, has spoken out. I can't believe that, guys. That infuriates me. Hi, AP, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. But you see it over and over again, don't you? Our parents just will not accept that their child, look, one of my youngest friends, my daughter's, she was in year 8 at school, so she was 14 years old. One of her best friends, well, we thought she was a very good close friend. We hadn't seen her for weeks and weeks. She'd been hanging out with another little group of girls, and they sort of form different little friendships, don't they? Never thought a lot of it. Anyway, she come around one afternoon, and she's in the bedroom with my daughter, and I could hear her crying, and I thought they'll come out if they want to tell me something or what's going on, or like once she leaves I'll find out what she was upset about. And it turns out she got an older friend to go to the pharmacy and get her a pregnancy kit, and she did the pregnancy kit test while she's in the bedroom with my daughter, and it was positive, and she left, and then Shelby come and told me what had happened. And then I was like, oh my God. I said, is she going to tell her mum? And her mum is one of them mums, like this nutter, whose child does no wrong. And Shelby's like, Mum, she's too scared, like her mother's going to flip out. And I said, well, no mum is going to be, totally, of course they're going to freak out a bit, but she needs to just do it and deal with it. Well, she didn't tell her mum. She kept hiding it and hiding it and hiding it. And I knew she was sort of getting up to around about, 10 weeks or so, that it was starting to get too real. And I'd been to their home. I knew their mum quite well. So I went and had a chat with mum. I said, you know, this is what's happening, da-di-da-di-da. Well, she virtually kicked me out of the house and told me to mind my own business. It wasn't true, da-di-da-di-da. She's never spoken to me again since. And obviously she did find out when her daughter come home, because I left the pregnancy test strip there for her. And then the kid was out of school for a couple of weeks. So we're pretty sure mum made her have, you know, the operation to get rid of it. Well, you wouldn't believe it. 18 months later, exactly the same thing happened again. And I thought, no, I'm out. I'm not saying a word this time. But she still has that baby to this day. True story. But mum, she has 4 kids and not one of them has ever done a thing wrong in their lives. You had to get some snacks, Tracy. I know I didn't even bring any up here with me. I should have. I know. But this is the mentality, the same mentality as this woman. You know, they're too up in their own reputations, and it's all about what their, you know, their circle thinks of them and their children. That's the most important thing, not raising a child to acknowledge good and bad behaviour, because they don't do any bad behaviour, and then wonder why they run around like psychopaths, because they've never ever been held accountable for themselves or their actions, because mum or dad or both don't deal with it. They don't want to know. Well, yeah, 10-9, you would think, wouldn't you? Especially when you've got the test kit with you that her daughter left behind. It was shoot the messenger pretty much. But anyway, that's just one episode, like, but I've seen it over and over and over with raising our 3 kids, and it's happened a couple of not pregnant friends, but even raising the 2 granddaughters, you see it all the time with different parents at school, like when you go to meetings and things. They're the ones that are just, they're always accusing others of persecuting their children for no reason. You know, kids are kids. They're going to make mistakes, but they're not going to learn from their mistakes if you don't acknowledge it's a mistake. It's not that hard, really. But anyway, apparently it is. Be right back, potty break. You're fine, Sunny D. Charlie's mum. Yeah, she must be. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. But what a gorgeous little girl. And this property is like the wedding estate place is pretty high end. So he's obviously in that that social standing of that's all that matters. I'm trying to find something that's more recent. An hour ago. That's the one we just played, isn't it? Yeah, it is, because it's purple. But I feel for the grandmother It would just be so devastating. Yeah, exactly, Miss Justice. What the fuck is that photo? What's this one? Yeah, that's the one we just watched as well. What is she holding up to her mouth? I think it was a, where was it? Was it this one? Like, his parents have obviously got lots of cash. I don't know if it's going to play.
Police found a barrel near the Colo River, and that barrel contains human remains.
See that? Oh, God, how do I get rid of that? Police will argue in court that Stein had phone conversations with the mother about obtaining 20-kilo sandbags, which allegedly were used to dispose of her body. That's what I thought I seen the first time. So it turns out in the story that he drove around Sydney for hours with the sandbags. He put them in the barrel to weigh it down, but he's obviously not too intelligent because he couldn't. So he put the barrel in one of those big inflatable hard plastic canvas boat things. Okay, and it was on the back of his ute, and he went to a boat ramp in a Sydney somewhere, but the boat wouldn't start. He couldn't get the boat to work to take it out to wherever he wanted to take it to. So he then drives around some more, and then he goes to the river bank to dispose of the barrel, but he couldn't shift the barrel because obviously the weight of it. So he's gone to the roadside and pushed it down over a cliff. That's why the terrain was so deep where they found the barrel. Law enforcement, yeah. Have you had any killings or people gone missing lately? No, not for a couple of years. Oh, well, a couple of years. A young girl in her early 20s, she was a chef in Wagga Wagga. She was murdered, and the guy responsible, a couple of people were responsible. I think it was drug related, and I'm not joking you, they disposed of her about 50 kilometres away in a nature reserve, and it took like 18 months before they recovered her remains. It was really sad. Then we had another case about 12 months before that, about an hour and a half away in Leeton, where a school teacher was getting married 2 weeks after the summer holidays. So she'd gone into school during the day, like it was school holidays, to arrange things and set things up for her replacement while she was off getting married. And there was a school cleaner on the grounds. And yeah, he murdered her in the storeroom and took her out the road, tried to burn her remains, and they caught him in a matter of days, which was good. Yeah, they do, don't they, Tracy? I agree with you. Especially with that attitude. He's had a tortured life. What about, yeah, that's the one, Susan. Really, really sad. And we had a local thing happening. So we all hung up wedding dresses on our front doors and yellow light bulbs and ribbons and things like that, because she loved yellow. I had my patchwork shop at the time. He took photos that were still on his phone. Yes, Susan, he did. And his brother lived in Victoria, I think, and all her jewellery he had posted to his brother to sell. Remember that? They both ended up in jail because the brother was an accessory, but he didn't get very long. I think he only got like 18 months because there was an outrage when he was released. And that jail is a half an hour from here, from where I live. But yeah, I always wanted to go to the reserve, you know, just on weekends and stuff to look. But hubby wouldn't let me. He said, don't be so ridiculous. You don't know who's watching to see what's going on over there. They might come after you. Like, he's very, very protective. And I could understand what he was saying. Plus, I had 2 little kids and I didn't want to go walking around, oh, we're just looking for human remains right now. Yeah, it was. It was really, really special with the wedding dresses and all the yellow ribbons, balloons. We put them all up. We filled the whole front of our patchwork shop up with them. It was, and then it wouldn't have been, oh, probably would have been 12 months later. Her dad, because they were farmers, he was out doing work on his farm and a tree fell and he passed away from that. Like, what that family have been through, it just breaks your heart. Really, really sad. Yeah, look, when I was sick, Sunny D, this is funny. And this is the way I like to look at it. My outlook on when I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I was riddled, like it was everywhere. I was having like my third lot of chemo in the first lot of treatment, okay? And here I am sitting up in a room with all these other beautiful, lovely ladies, most of them. I think there might have been one man that day. And there was. And I was listening to one of the ladies talk to the nurse. And the nurse is like, I think that lady happened to have breast cancer. And I loved her outlook. She said, yeah, you know, like this is the second time I've had breast cancer. And she was so upbeat. And she said to the nurse, like she sort of nudged her with her elbow. And she goes, you can't kill weeds, love, don't you know? And I just lost it laughing. And that has been my outlook from that minute onward. Every time, you know, someone would be, because they don't know how to speak to you when they think you're going to die. Like, and you know yourself, if you know someone's got really bad health news, you're constantly thinking, oh, how will I say it without, you know? And so I used to say it for him. I used to say, you know, if you could see him getting awkward and not knowing how to approach your diagnosis, I would just nudge him and say, look, you can't kill weed, you know. I'm not going anywhere. And that's the outlook I've had for the last 15 years, because it breaks that little bit of emotion that they're feeling, oh, you know, you poor thing. And, you know, it just stops it right there in their tracks and they start laughing and it's all good, you know? Yeah, that feeling, I can't even, I was sort of played a little bit because the GP, when I had my blood tests, he said to me, oh, you know, your white cells are really low or whatever they were. Like, that's all sort of blurry to me now. He said, I want you to have a few scans and I've got a referral here for a specialist. And I was like, oh, okay. I was a little bit confused, but he didn't tell me what it was or anything like that. So it wasn't until I went to the specialist 2 weeks later that I found out I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and that they were booking me in to have biopsies on my neck and everything. And I was filthy angry because I've walked in there like, you know, what's going on? And the specialist thought I knew exactly what was going on and started talking to me about outcomes and my longevity and, you know, he can't promise anything. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he said, oh, I didn't say it, but I was sitting there. It must have been the look on my face. He said, your Dr. Sharan did tell you where we're at, didn't he? And I'm like, no. So I've always been filthy with the GP that he couldn't be straight up and honest and tell me what was going on. It wasn't until that moment that I found out. And that's just not okay with me. I never went back to him after that. Yeah, it is Aussie tough. And even now, like, that's what I kept saying to hubby last night, because I think it's just the thought of it, isn't it? You know, this fungulitis. And I just kept nudging him because we sit side by side on the lounge. He has his recliner one. Well, it's like one of them big corner lounges. And I have the one that looks like a big daybed type thing, because I have all my fabrics sitting next to me and all my bits. And he sits on the one on the other side of the console, and it's like a recliner he can flip up. So I just kept nudging him last night and saying, because I could tell he just had that look on his face like he was worried and scared and stuff. And I just kept saying, bruh, you can't kill weeds. You're going to be fine. Like it's okay. And you just sit there laughing at me. Like, I think that's the way I deal with deep stuff. Like, I'm real about it, but you've got to have a certain way to prep other people up for being positive and just breaking that. I don't know even how to express it. I think you guys get what I'm talking about. You just got to try and take the seriousness out of it so people don't get as upset or stressed or whatever. But yeah, that's my little story. And you know, that same lady used to come on the same days as I did for the first six cycles of chemo. And then I was in remission for about 3 months. And then I relapsed again. And I had to have this, it was called Mabthera. And it was like a I can't even remember the words. I don't know. Like an antibody type treatment. And I'd have to have the drip once a week for a month. And I was all good again for a while. And the hair started coming back and stuff. And then it was back again. And I was like, oh, dear Lord. Oh, yeah, how's your tongue going, Miss Justice? Oh, that's awesome news. I was going to ask you. I lost my night guard and my teeth were rubbing against it, creating a sore. Oh, my God. That is the best news ever. And is it healing up pretty good now? Oh, Elena, did you? That's so sad. I'm sorry. You do the same thing, Jackie Jude. You just try to, I don't know. I just think it makes people feel better. Like, seriously, it does. The bottom must fall out of your world at that moment, especially when they say you've got 2 years gymnastics. I was like, holy shit. You've been very fortunate not to have experienced that. I hope I never do. I hope you never do too. But you know the old cliche, the cliche that's just left my mind, that's what it is, that things happen in life for a reason. I 1,000,000%, and I know this is going to sound bizarre to you guys, but I'm glad I went through it because it changed me profoundly. Like I've said to you guys before, I was like a little diva shit when I was younger, and I was a young mum and everything, and very entitled because I grew up with absolutely nothing and had a really, really shitty childhood. I was determined in my way of thinking that my kids were going to have the best of everything and never want for anything. And little did I realise at the time I wasn't doing them any favours by doing that. You know, they didn't appreciate stuff at all. And they come to expect the big brand names and things like that, which was my fault, but I've learnt from it. But before I got sick, that is how I was. But once I got sick and thought to be here, you analyse every minute that your life has been, and the appreciation just to be able to wake up and breathe outweighs everything. You suddenly realise that it doesn't matter if you're not wearing Nikes, you know, none of that stuff matters. It's being able, the thought of not being able to see my daughter finish, well, she wasn't even in high school yet, she was still in primary school. You know, my son was in year 7 or year 8 at school. At that point, I'm thinking of everything I'm not going to get to see. So that just snapped me into what really matters in life. So, yeah, I learned so much just about life through it. You have to get another night guard. Do you have to get fitted for them, Miss Justice? That is, and that's what it is, Miss Justice. Antibody chemo, monoclonal, colonial. There's no I in it, Sharon. Monoclonal antibody chemo. Yes, that's what it was. And then I had the stem cell transplant, and I went into remission with that, and I've been, thankfully, no evidence of disease since. But I am overdue for scans by about 12 months, which I have to get onto after all this fungulitis stuff is sorted. I got to go to work tomorrow. I better hit the hay. Good night, ladies. Thanks for chatting with me. Thanks so much, Tracy, for coming in. I really appreciate it. You've been regular lately too. That's awesome. Jackie Jude said, I cared for an elderly man every day. He'd say, just letting you know I'm going to die today. I'd say, can you please wait until my shift is over? I can't deal with that today. Do you know what? You sound so much like me, because when I was nursing, I used to, you know, like with the older people when I went to the nursing home to work, I would have them trained. So I used, you know how you get the cranky ones, and it doesn't matter what you say or do, they'll sit there mumbling under their voice like, you know, they're just difficult all the time. I would have them all say, like if I give them a cup of tea or, you know, put their washing away for them or whatever, I'd say, now what have you got to say? And they'd say, thank you, Sharon, darling. And then they'd sit there laughing at me like, oh my God, you're a pain in the ass, girl, just get out. But yeah, I was like that. Very much the same sort of personality, Jackie Jude. That's hilarious. Oh, Grammy. Yeah, it is a bit of a story. Now I took off when I found out and left hubby and the kids for 2 years, because that's how long I was in treatment for, and I wasn't going to let them go through treatment with me. That was my thing. I didn't want them to have to live with. I thought if I leave, like right now, it's not going to hurt them as much when I do die. I know I've got a really weird brain, but I was trying to help them. But I come back as soon as I stayed in remission for a few months. Oh, Pen 1010. it's inspiring. It's just my story. I'm not like the average. I don't think like most people. My sister was even angry with me. Like she was so angry that I left the house and hubby and the kids. She could not understand where my head was at, but I couldn't deal with her not understanding. So I was like, you do you, boo. And I'm just got to do what I've got to do right now and get through this. And then it was a good 4 years that she just didn't speak to me. And I thought, if you don't want to speak to me, even though I've got 2 years to live, go bye. You know what I mean? Like, really? I thought that was a bit shitty, but anyway, we got past it. We love each other. But I'm probably in trouble because I haven't rang her for ages. We all cope. Yeah, we do. And like people say, they'll often say, I don't know how you did that. You just have to do what you got to do. You deal with it, even though you think you won't. When it comes down to it, you just do what you have to do. Jackie is funny. When he would say, just letting you know I'm dying today, I'd say, do you happen to know what time should I bother start cooking dinner? Oh my God. Oh my God. It is though. Gymnastics and Jackie do totally get my crazy sense of humour. Yeah, you've got to be like that. And they love it. They really do. They just think, like at first they'll look at you like, I'm going to get up. And if I could get up and stab you, I would right now. But then they get that you're playing and they come to expect it from you. And if you don't act like that, they're like, are you all right? I loved it. I loved working with the oldies. It was, and guess what, guys? My youngest is starting tomorrow at the nursing home, doing exactly the same thing I did. She's doing a nursing up there. I just hope she, like, oh God, I've been sitting here stressing because she's very straight to the point and blunt. And I'm like, you've got to hold back a bit, like with the other nurses, because they are brutal, some of them. And obviously being new, you can't be so direct. Just don't talk about anybody. Just stay in your lane, do your work, go home. Do not mention anyone else's name ever in your mouth. Yeah, she's really excited. She's done her orientation and everything. But as I said to her, it's not easy work. It's hard work in a nursing home. But I think she's got the same exact sense of humour as me. So with the oldies, I think she'll be awesome. I'm more worried about her with the other nurses. Oh, that's good. He didn't end up passing away on your shift. I had one old fella one time. He really big. He was like 6'6", and he had dementia, like Alzheimer's, really bad. And he went back to the war days. I think he'd been in both World War I No, he'd been in World War II, and he used to have a Manchester shop in town from when he come back from the war, and he sold towels, linen, sewing stuff, all that sort of haberdashery items. And I used to be in that all the time, sewing pajamas and clothes for my kids. Anyway, they couldn't find an activity for him to do that interested him for any length in time. And I come home from work one night. I went back to work at 7 o'clock the next morning, and I went and got a linen trolley, took it to the linen cupboard and stacked a heap of towels and sheets and everything on it, and took it up to his room and threw them all on the bed, just everywhere, like a great big pile of washing. And I said, we've got to get these out to put on the shelves. Can you just sort them out in their piles and I'll come back and get them? And he was into it. He did not stop. And then as soon as he had them folded up on the trolley, I'd take the trolley away. And of course, he's going to forget in 10 minutes' time, isn't he? So I'd wheel the same trolley back in there again, and we'd go through the same process. So he was just in love with doing that, and he would do it all day long, every day. So sometimes you've got to think of their backgrounds and what they did in their younger lives. You work in private homes. My sister does too. I'm just one. Oh, that would be special. She gets really attached to them, though. It would be so hard not to. Like, I got told I'd never make a good nurse because I get myself too emotionally involved. Hi, Stella. How are you? Happy birthday for Stella. It's not today, guys. It was 2 days ago. Stella had a birthday. We just love us some Stella. Think outside the square, nice. Yeah. But this is a man that also, when I was working night shift, I've gone in because he was wandering around in his room. And I was standing at the end of his bed trying to sort of guide him to come back around to hop into bed, and he just took a step backwards and clobbered me fair in the side of the jaw. My head flew back and hit the brick wall. It was not good at all. I could hardly open my jaw for about 2 weeks. Yeah, it really did. After that, like, other nurses started doing it on their shifts, and yeah, it really, really gave him something to do that held his attention, because in that part of his brain he was used to doing all that sort of stuff. I know it's really hard. Doing okay, thank you. How am I doing? I think hubby's given. So did I tell you, Stella, that hubby's got the fungulitis? Well, if you didn't know, he's got it. And when I get off here, I'm going to go down and test, because I think just the way I feel, and I better go and check on him, make sure he's okay. But Layla's down the house with him as well, so he was lying down when I come up here. Is it Josie's birthday? Next Friday, Josie. We have to have a party for all our January people. Where's my pen? Because we've got a little thing planned. That was Griffey's idea. I'm just trying to find my pen. Found a knife. Stella or Miss Justice, can you guys send me a reminder? Just put in the subject line, January birthday list. And that'll remind me to talk to Griffey about it. The 28th, Josie. Oh my God. Who have I got this month? Nobody. Next month, my daughter will be 27, my youngest. And March is mine. And my daughter-in-law's in March as well. So my youngest and I are both Pisces. And I think that's why we're both so similar. I should go and test now, and then if I'm positive, I can message my daughter and she might cook me some dinner and drop it off. She bought me lunch. She just put it on the doorstep and off she went. I was so proud. If I got dementia, I'd be fabric for sure, Jackie Jude. I know. 100% I would be stressing about either needles, because I do mostly hand stuff. Susan Sutherland hasn't been in here, has she? Today? Hopefully she's out enjoying this beautiful weather in her garden. She has a beautiful garden. What was I talking about? What we would obsess over? Yeah. I reckon it'd be hand needles and fabric. Now that's a good plan, Sharon. Yeah, I think she'd be, I don't know about any of you other Aussies in here, but we can't get meat, as in at the supermarket, there's no meat on the shelves. Even the chicken is starting to not be there. It's getting really, really scary. Your granddaughter's in February, and then Summer's is the 4th. I know, Grammy. We should do something on the 4th. If anyone's got any suggestions, I think we should start thinking about it right now. What we can do for Summer's 6th birthday. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I would just be in heaven, Jackie Jude. I would just sit there. We have a little joke about petting the fabric. A girlfriend and I, when we go fabric shopping, we'll argue over who's going to drive home, because both of us want to sit there and just look at our fabrics and pat them. And yes, Twiggy. I wanted chicken last night for a stir fry because Shelby went and did the grocery pickup for us, and there was no chicken and there was only wings, but like no breasts, no thighs, no nothing to make a stir fry. Well, we scored. So one of our local chemists, gymnastics, is putting a Facebook post up, and we're only 2 blocks from the pharmacy. So as soon as they put it up yesterday, I think hubby was down there within 10 minutes, and we got a 5-pack. So we were really lucky. And they're the nose ones. And then I'd been to IGA supermarket about an hour later, and they had, I don't know if you guys have seen them, the saliva ones. And I got a 2-pack of, like a 1-pack, but it has 2 tests in it. See, my voice and everything's getting worse now. And, but that's pretty normal for me when I've been on here for a couple of hours talking too. So I tested Layla with the saliva test one, and she was negative. For love nor money anywhere in this city. Yeah. We were just lucky that we lived so close. So as soon as it went on Facebook, within 10 minutes, we were down there. You don't have much mate either, Jackie Jude. Well, I just don't understand why they changed the rule. Like, I sort of do. They stopped enforcing the official testing, but they should have waited to do that until there was ample supply of the rapid tests. It's just all been so back to front. Like, you can't do this unless you've done a rapid test, but there's not a rapid test in Australia. So, yeah, it's a schmozzle. Yeah, I'm not sure where Jackie Jude is. I love her little picture, though, standing up on that rock. Yeah, so now I'm like gymnastics. I'm just trying to be really wise with when to use them, because we've got 3 left, because you just don't know when you're going to need more. My husband just doesn't understand, but I'm the same. Over wood, pottery and leather, he gets the wood though. Oh, wow. I was doing a lot of, I'll have to bring them up and show you guys. You know how you get planks of wood and you do the word calligraphy and all that sort of stuff? I went through a phase of doing that and I absolutely loved it. Really good fun. Vermont. Wow. I wonder if there's 6 up ladies on yet. We'll have a little sticky beak. She was really nice, wasn't she? 6 up. Oh, she is live.
Again, I am unfiltered.
How long has she been on for? I might go, guys, so I can go over and support her. I told her I would. And I'll put her link in there so you guys can go over too if you want to. She was up on panel with me earlier in the stream, and her channel name's 6 Up Media. And she's really, really upset with Ziggy and this other channel lady that I don't know anything about, J. Marie. You'd hike 3 miles to get to that rock. Wow. It's a great pic. How did you must have had someone up a tree or something to get that photo. It's awesome. But anyway, guys, I'll do the test in a little bit and I'll let you know on the community post. Yeah, she seems, this Six Up Media lady reminds me a lot of me, as in the same sort of thought patterns about just different people and different things. And I appreciated her coming up on panel. But we might do a big panel tomorrow, but earlier in the day, just about stuff, anything you want to talk about. But yeah, I'm going to go over and see how she's going and go and check on hubby, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for sticking around to the end, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.